My friend, have you ever driven over a bump and heard a loud clunk from the front of your car and instantly felt worried something expensive just broke? That sound can be scary, but most of the time the cause is not as bad as people think. According to many mechanic guides and repair forums, front-end noise usually comes from a small group of suspension parts that wear out over time because of road vibration and rubber deterioration. Today, I am going to show you how to narrow it down step by step, so you do not waste money guessing. A simple inspection can often reveal the problem before you even remove parts. The good news is, many of these components are visible and testable at home with basic tools. In the next segment, we will start with the easiest check you can do before removing the wheel. My friend, before taking anything apart, there is a quick test that can already point you toward the problem. Suspension systems are designed to hold the wheel firmly in place, so any looseness usually means wear. Experts often recommend the shake test because it helps identify steering joint movement without tools. Grab the tire from the sides and gently rock it back and forth. If you feel movement or hear knocking, there is likely wear in steering components. This simple method works because worn joints create play that should not exist in a healthy suspension. Always keep the vehicle safely lifted and stable before testing. In the next segment, I will explain what that movement actually tells you about the parts inside. My friend, if the wheel moves when you shake it from side to side, that often points toward tie rod wear. Tie rods connect your steering system to the wheel, so any looseness creates noise and unstable steering. Automotive repair data shows that worn steering joints are one of the most common causes of clunking sounds during turning or bumps. The solution is to inspect both inner and outer joints for movement or torn rubber boots. A cracked boot usually means grease has leaked out and wear has started. Try holding one section while moving another to isolate where the play comes from. In the next part, we will check another component that also creates similar noises but behaves differently. My friend, another test involves grabbing the tire from the top and bottom. If movement happens here instead, that may indicate ball joint wear rather than steering components. Ball joints allow vertical suspension movement while supporting vehicle weight, so they experience heavy stress over time. Mechanics often say that looseness in this direction is a warning sign because ball joint failure can affect safety. A healthy joint should feel solid with no clicking or movement. If you are unsure, using a lever under the tire can help reveal vertical play. In the next segment, we will remove the wheel and begin the visual inspection where most answers become obvious. My friend, once the wheel is off, you can finally see the main suspension area clearly. Many noises come from rubber components that deteriorate from heat, road salt, and age. Research from automotive maintenance studies shows rubber bushings often fail before metal parts do because they dry out and crack. Start by scanning for torn rubber, leaking grease, or metal parts touching each other. Visual clues are powerful because damage usually leaves clear evidence. Keep a flashlight nearby to see hidden sections. In the next segment, we will begin with one of the most common and cheapest causes of clunking sounds. My friend, sway bar links are a frequent source of noise, especially when driving over small bumps or during takeoff from a stop. These links connect the suspension arms to the stabilizer bar and contain small joints packed with grease. Over time, the rubber seals fail and grease escapes, leading to looseness. Mechanics often mention sway bar links as a first suspect because they are inexpensive and wear quickly. Try twisting the link by hand. If it moves easily, or clicks, it is likely worn. Replacement is usually simple compared to other suspension repairs. In the next segment, we will continue along the same bar to inspect another potential noise source. My friend, the stabilizer bar itself is mounted to the vehicle frame with rubber bushings. When those bushings wear out, metal can contact metal and create knocking sounds. This happens because the bar shifts more than it should during suspension movement. Automotive engineering sources explain that bushings are designed to absorb vibration and maintain alignment. Look for cracks, missing rubber, or shiny metal marks where contact occurs. If you see damage, replacement bushings are often inexpensive. In the next segment, we will move to steering components that can also produce clunking noises. My friend, tie rods play a critical role in steering precision, so any wear here often causes both noise and loose steering feel. Inner joints are hidden under protective boots, which means damage is not always visible immediately. A common trick is holding the joint while moving the wheel hub to feel for internal movement. If you feel knocking inside the boot area, the inner section may be worn. Experts say steering looseness combined with noise is a strong indicator of tie rod failure. In the next segment, we will check the control arm bushings, another major suspect in suspension noise. My friend, control arms hold the wheel in position while allowing vertical movement through bushings. These bushings absorb vibration but eventually crack from stress and aging. When they fail, the arm shifts slightly and creates clunking sounds during braking or bumps. Many technicians recommend inspecting for torn rubber or excessive gaps around mounting bolts. If damage is severe, replacing the entire arm is often easier than pressing new bushings. This saves labor time and ensures proper alignment. In the next segment, we will examine the ball joint itself, which sits at the end of the control arm. My friend, ball joints act like pivot points that allow steering and suspension movement together. Because they support weight, they wear under constant pressure. When lubrication escapes due to a damaged seal, metal surfaces grind and loosen. This can produce knocking sounds and eventually dangerous play. Try moving the joint area with a lever to feel for looseness. If movement exists where it should not, replacement is necessary. Safety is important here because severe wear can affect wheel control. In the next segment, we will talk about another component located higher in the vehicle that people often overlook. My friend, the upper mount of the suspension strut contains bearings that allow smooth steering rotation. When these bearings wear out, noise often seems to come from higher near the windshield area. Drivers sometimes misdiagnose this because the sound location feels different from lower suspension noise. Engineers explain that worn bearings create vibration that travels through the body structure. You can test this by bouncing the vehicle while listening near the mount area. In the next segment, we will compare how different noises help identify which part is failing. My friend, sound characteristics give important clues. A sharp metallic knock often indicates looseness between metal parts, while a dull thump may come from worn rubber bushings. Mechanics use sound patterns to narrow down problems before inspection. Pay attention to when the noise occurs during turning, braking, or bumps. Timing matters because different components move under different conditions. Recording the sound with your phone can even help analysis later. In the next segment, we will talk about why fixing these issues early saves money. My friend, ignoring suspension noise can lead to bigger repairs later. Worn components create uneven tire wear and additional stress on nearby parts. Studies in vehicle maintenance show early replacement prevents chain damage and reduces long-term costs. Addressing small issues quickly keeps the steering stable and safe. Regular inspections during tire rotations can catch problems early. In the next segment, we will discuss which parts are usually easiest for beginners to replace. My friend, sway bar links and outer steering joints are often the most beginner-friendly repairs. They typically require basic tools and moderate effort. Many vehicle owners successfully replace them at home with guidance from manuals or videos. Starting with simpler components builds confidence before tackling larger jobs. Always compare new parts with old ones before installation. In the next segment, we will cover safety tips during suspension work. My friend, safety should always come first when working under a vehicle. Use proper jack stands and never rely only on a hydraulic jack. Professional safety guidelines emphasize stable support to prevent accidents. Wearing gloves and eye protection also helps avoid injury from debris. Taking your time is better than rushing a repair. In the next segment, we will talk about confirming the repair after installation. My friend, after replacing parts, you should always test drive slowly to confirm the noise is gone. Listen carefully over bumps and during turns. If the sound disappears, you likely solved the issue. If not, additional components may need inspection. Alignment checks are also important after steering or control arm work. In the next segment, we will discuss maintenance habits that prevent future problems. My friend, regular inspections help suspension components last longer. Avoid potholes when possible and maintain proper tire pressure. Excessive impact loads accelerate wear in joints and bushings. Cleaning road salt and debris from the underside can also reduce corrosion. Small habits make a big difference over time. In the next segment, we will summarize the main diagnostic approach you learned today. My friend, remember the 5 main suspects: sway bar links, bushings, tie rods, control arm bushings, and ball joints. Most noises come from these areas. Using simple tests and visual inspection can narrow the cause quickly. Understanding how each component moves helps diagnosis feel easier. Confidence grows with practice. In the next segment, we will review the real example repair outcome. My friend, in many real cases, multiple worn parts create noise together. Replacing them in pairs on both sides often provides better results and balanced handling. Mechanics recommend symmetrical replacement because components wear similarly over time. This prevents future uneven performance. After repairs, the vehicle usually feels tighter and quieter. In the final segment, we will wrap everything up with a quick message for you. My friend, now you know how to track down front suspension clunking sounds step by step without guessing. Like, share, comment pengalaman Anda if this helped you or if you fixed your own car noise. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes and always follow proper safety procedures or consult a professional if you are unsure. See you in the